What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dr. Umar Johnson has been very adamant about black men dealing with white women. And of course, interracial dating, I'm a little bit more, let me just say, understanding of it for black men, understanding what black men are up against. But I'm in agreement with Dr. Umar when I say we have so many beautiful, talented black women that are not all the same, that are in the diaspora, in the black America, that you can't tell me that you can't find a sister and all of that. I get it. I get we gonna have problems, but listen, you still got a lot of opportunities. You got it in the African market, the Caribbean market, sisters are there, right? I know that. It's just like saying there ain't no good black men. But anyways, some brothers go a different route. Let's talk about why Dr. Umar Johnson feels that's the case.
Black men date out their race more than all other men put together. You know why? Racial inferiority. We don't think we're as good as the white man, so we need the white woman in order for us to feel an artificial sense of equality. It is self-hatred to the 20th power. I'm not against white women, but I support black women. And in my support of black women, I cannot condone interracial dating. But let's look at the economics. Take the romance out. Take the emotion out. Let's look at the economics. Marriage is a business contract. Women on average live longer than men. So if I marry a white woman and I die prematurely, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. I die prematurely, rest in peace, marvelous Marvin Hagler. That white woman is not going to take any of the wealth that I built as a black man and give it to the black community so we can help regenerate ourselves. She's going to keep that money for herself, and all that black money will go back into the hands of white society. Interracial marriage is economic betrayal.
And then so Tommy Davidson came to the Breakfast Club. Tommy Davidson was not very happy with the fact that Dr. Umar Johnson has been saying such things about black men. He didn't like that. Okay, so I want to play that clip, and we're gonna come back.
It's interesting. You want to have a conversation with Dr. Umar?
No, that was supposed to be between me and you, man.
Oh, my fault. My bad.
Is he here?
No. He's not here. I was gonna try to make it.
No. Because he made a comment that he don't respect any black man that get married to a white woman, and I was just he's a doctor, so I was like, hey man, watching that, it kind of just made me want to say something.
Got you.
Want to say something because, we do that, and then we're doing the same thing that got done to us. Isn't it them that said that? You're not to marry a black person. As a matter of fact, they started out saying they can't get married at all. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, and the way I see it, with my mother and my family raising me and love me so much, they're not the only good, well-meaning white people in this country. Mm-hmm. John Brown, and we can go on and on and on and on. So we start that discussion with us. We need to do this and do that and do that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And because we're Africans and we're this, we're that. First of all, Africans aren't outside of humanity. We're a part of humanity. And we're an essential part of it because everybody walked out of Africa and changed colors based on geography and where they were. Mm-hmm. So at the root of mankind is Africa. So, if we trip on color, we're tripping on ourselves because it's just really a mirror of us anyway. Mm-hmm. And I grew up in the 70s, right? So peace was in style in the 70s when I was a kid.
The hippie era.
Yeah, oh yeah. The Vietnam kids were coming back from Vietnam, and women were getting their rights, and there was busing and all that stuff. We're years and years away from that, and now we're on a march. I just really
Tommy Davidson, he is a black man who I believe is married to a white person. And he gave, in my honest opinion, a bunch of unfounded reasons, a bunch of jibberjash, with his reasoning for marrying somebody white. And instead of just saying, I married somebody white and that's who I love, he goes into, well, we all came from Africa, right? So we're all the same. Like, first of all, if that was the case, and I'm really going to deal with that, because that was the argument he was really trying to prove. So let's just say that's the case. We all came from Africa. Nobody can dispute that. If that's the case, sir, and if we are all the same as humans, which we should be, why do the whites treat us like that? Let me give you an example of something I posted on my King Ganda page that was sent to me. If we are all the same, why is it that when you look at median household income by ethnic group, the blacks are at the bottom, and these other groups, we can identify them as having more money than just one group if everybody is the same, because everybody don't look at us the same. Okay? They don't look at us the same. You can try to make it be the case that we are, and yes, we are the same. We're all Homo sapiens, right? But the reality is that people are not like that. When they look at blacks, they don't look at you as being the same. So why are you trying to justify that based on that premise? That's why we have racism. Again, this is why Dr. Umar Johnson will come after a brother like Tommy Davidson, because the reason that he gives is not, it doesn't make any sense, okay? That's why these groups have a lot, because they stick with their own people. They do business with their own people. Then you have talented blacks like Tommy Davidson who, hey, you can exercise whatever you want, but then you still want to have a voice in the black community when you're living a lifestyle that doesn't really support what your people do and can accomplish, because the biggest commitment that you can make to your community is who you marry or who you date. That's your biggest commitment to your community. And we can see it in these numbers. Indian Americans, how many interracial relationships do we see them in? Filipinos, some more, but we know that a lot of Filipinos stick together, especially in the Bay Area. You'll find every now and then a Filipino and black person relationship. It's not uncommon, but you Taiwanese Americans, you never see Taiwanese and black. Japanese, forget about it. Chinese Americans, forget about it. All these people are their race first, business first, ethics, and they don't make any qualms about it. Not saying that a person is wrong for participating in interracial relationship, but clearly the whites and these other groups don't see the world as you. Even some of our black brothers and sisters in the African world or the Caribbean world, we have an issue with seeing each other as the same ourselves. In the diaspora, we do realize we have a common ancestor, but we do see each other a lot differently. So what is he talking about? Anything to justify why you have somebody white, and the reason why it bothers you is because he hit on some points that was true. He hit on some points that was true, Tommy, and you can't excuse that. Not based on that lame ass excuse you just gave. He hit on some points that was true, Tommy, and now it's bothering you. That's why you want to have a conversation with him, because it hurt. It hurt. I'm gonna tell you. I was in Poland, and it was September the 16th, 2015. I remember that. It was my first day getting to Warsaw. I was on my way to medical school. I met a young lady that was Polish. She was working at a bar. Very, very, very nice lady. And I thought to myself, like, man, this chick is cool, man. First day in Poland. And something said, man, I need to get her number. And I didn't, right? And I'm gonna tell you, when I thought about getting her number and possibly leaving her, I thought about all the people. Like, damn, man, I'm gonna end up, first of all, partly is, upsetting people in my community, but then myself. I'm supposed to be with a black woman in the black community doing my things, or in Africa doing something. That's something that I need to be able to do. And I know I can find some happiness in my community. I know I can do it. And if I would have dealt with that lady, no matter how, it would have always bothered me. It would have always bothered me. Every day I would have thought about it. And that's Tommy Davidson. Because in the black world, you can get somebody. And when somebody the B brothers out there know that some of these brothers be justifying their stuff by talking foolishness. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all of you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.